I'm gonna show you today a pretty special battle in the Leo 1, which is the tank that feels the most satisfying for me. I bought it because I was so fed up with the E100 and I just wanted an accurate tank that you could play with your potato crews and potato equipment and everything, and potato skill as well. So the Leo 1, in my opinion, was the most accurate, so it needed to be the best. The key on the Leo 1 is the fact that they need to be aggressive. This is a tank that can outspot its enemies. It has more ammo, it has more. You need to manage to clear out that side, and I take out the E100. I fire on the move, eliminate the RT. It's the cleaning up phase of the battle. Now the STRV manages to get me. I'm also staying with my side towards him. I fire on the move. Hey guys, I'm gonna show you today a pretty special battle in the Leo 1, which at tier 10 at least is the tank that feels the most satisfying for me. So the Leo 1 was the tank that I bought. It was my second tier 10, and I bought it because I was so fed up with the E100 that I actually sold it. At that time the E100 was a fairly good tank, but the problem is that I was playing with standard ammo and I really sucked at the game. So those two things combined made me to actually not understand how to play those tanks, and I just wanted an accurate tank that you could play with your potato crews and potato equipment and everything, and potato skill as well. So the Leo 1, in my opinion, was the most accurate, so it needed to be the best. Needless to say, I sucked at it when I first started playing with it, but today I'm gonna show you a bit of an evolution, let's say. So what I understood, the key on the Leo 1 is the fact that they need to be aggressive. This is a tank that can outspot its enemies, it can fire them, it has more ammo, it has more pen, it has better alpha than most mediums, it has even great camo for a medium tank, and it also has some excellent accuracy. Understand in this tank that when you get spotted, you need to run. You don't stay, you don't try and pick, you don't have to do anything else. You need to actually run away, move, relocate, and then advance. If you can overpower the enemy, do it. If you can make them be scared of you, then yes, okay, do it. Other than that, you should play in a good position like this one that I played over here and got a few shots in, and people started to actually blind shot, if you noticed over there. So when I noticed the fact that they started to do that, I decided to go and help my team over here, and especially this 60TP against the Progetto. Now the Progetto wanted to come over here and slap the 60TP a few extra times. I wasn't gonna allow that to happen, and now I'm just waiting for me to disappear from the radar of the enemies. I take a few looks around this area. I did manage to clear out that side, and I take out the E100. Now, as you'll see, up until this point, I'm basically trying to provide vision to my team, and also to do the most damage that I can. Fortunately, there is an AFK 250B. I'm not gonna complain too much. I wanted to shoot the guy in the tracks and get a bit of cheeky tracking shots or assistance, but that wasn't to be. So now I'm just waiting to actually see what happens next. Now as we see, in 3 minutes you're at 3k damage, and yeah, our team is more or less winning this game pretty heavily, and I'd like to think that I had my contribution as well. I'm also outspotting the object 140, who isn't able to spot me in advance because I do have some really good equipment invested, because the bonus that I'm getting, I do like to pimp up some of my tanks. And this tank and the T22, although I know that the T22 isn't a great tank, are the tanks that I do like to actually use a lot. Now that shot really missed by just a hair's width, and now I'm finishing up the TVP with a really high roll. So I was pleasantly surprised by this, what this happened over here. The object 140 is now basically dead, And this now is just clearing the magic forest. But as you can see, a lot of enemy tanks already on the other side of the forest, so this should be pretty easily because it's only the RT and yeah, probably the TD on the forest. So right now I'm just rushing ahead together with the light. I fire on the move, eliminate the RT, and now yeah, it's the cleaning up phase of the battle. Now the STRV manages to get me. I'm also staying with my side towards him. I fired the second shot. I wanted to eliminate him. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But yeah, I think even though I lost a lot of my HP, because this tank doesn't have a lot of HP, my team is gonna win, so it's nothing to worry about. So the Leo 1, it's a tank that loves open fields. It's a tank that loves bushes. It's a tank that loves concealment. It's a tank that can be aggressive, but it's not a tank that can stay and fight, right? As you saw over there, your HP is gonna melt when you're facing with an equal tier opponent from a DPM perspective, or he probably even had more than me. Now I take a look at the Rheinmetall, but he's hiding. He's covering on his side of the hill over there. So now I'm just trying to figure out if I can get a few extra shots. I do spot the Leo 1. The Leo is trying to hide. I fire on the move. I damage the TVP. Now I take another shot or a look towards this Leo. I'm a bit undecided. What can I do to actually get those one of those two guys? I decide I need to eliminate the Leo, and I do so. And now, unfortunately, the Rheinmetall and the TVPs are firing towards me, so I get eliminated. But yeah, in a less than 6-minute game, I do end up doing almost or 6.5k damage, because I did have a blind shot, and get a mastery badge in the Leo 1 by playing, in my opinion, pretty aggressively, by taking the front of the hill. Because if you go there and you're at the first, you can now spot a lot of enemies, at least especially if you're using the coated optics and the groove crew that I'm using. Now let's go to the final game stats, and then yeah, we'll wrap up the video. So this was a battle that was good enough for a mastery badge in the Leo 1. With a high caliber and 6.5k damage done, also with 2.3 spotting. I think this was one of those battles in which you can see why the Leo 1 is such a dangerous tank in World of Tanks, and why it does work, why it's just, in my opinion, probably the most satisfying tier 10. Because in this tank you do have everything that you want from a medium tank. You have the crazy good aim time, the crazy good dispersion, and also accuracy. You have good gun depression, you have good gun traverse, you have good gun loading, you have incredible penetration for a medium tank, you have pretty nice alpha, more than most of mediums, and then on top of that the DPM is absolutely brilliant. Now on the bad side on this tank, well, there are a couple of them. One of them is the fact that you'll get constantly ammo wrecked. The second one is the fact that you need to use a premium repair kit over here just to mitigate that, and also use everything that you can to try and mitigate that. So the repairs is going to be a priority on this tank, and yeah, also get a few skills like the armor perk, because a lot of your models are going to be destroyed. So the one thing that I would say it's the best thing to play in this tank is just be extremely aggressive, but don't get spotted, right? I know it's pretty hard to do, but if you can come from, or if you get spotted, have enough time to actually move around the corner and just make yourself disappear, or overpower the enemy. If you can overpower the enemy with your rate of fire and make him actually fear you, then you have won the battle already on this tank. As you can see, this battle was good enough to finish first on damage and first in XP, and also from 22 shots fired, 18 were hits and 17 were penetrations, and also it was quite a bit of spotting. And this wasn't necessarily a fluke, because if you look on the previous game that I had in the Leo 1, I had almost 5k damage. So in the previous game I finished on that one second on experience and first on damage. So it's a tank that I do understand how it works. It took me quite a long time to understand it, but I know the tank and I know what's capable, what it is capable of. So my second tank was the complete opposite of the E100. It was the most accurate tank in the game that I had at the time, and the tank that I have the second most battles ever, it's the Leo 1, and that is the tank in which I have the most damage at tier 10, more than 8k damage at that tire. Now, the thing that I do like the most on the tank is the fact that you can fire on the move and you can actually outspot your enemies. You are going to be extremely fragile, but don't let that fool you. This in my opinion is the most satisfying. Everything works perfectly in this tank, right? So the enemies will kill you easily, but everything looks or feels so smooth, silky smooth in this tank, that it's gonna be the one to use. Now, after this long rant, I'm not gonna talk again about the stats. The stats are good, the tank is good, it's walking ammo rack. You can mitigate it by using some things over here. Do it and use a large repair kit. Other than that, no, I think that about covers it. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.